What's up, faithful? Welcome back to 49ers Nation Report, your home for real San Francisco 49ers news, real opinions, and real passion. And listen, today might not be a blockbuster trade or a superstar signing, but if you truly understand how this organization works, you know this kind of move matters. Because championships aren't built only on Sundays. They're built on depth, development, and smart front office decisions. So today we need to talk about new additions to the practice squad, a receiver being released, and a future contract that tells you exactly what the Niners are thinking long-term. Before we dive in, quick favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. This channel just started, and our first goal is 50 subscribers, so every single one of you matters. If you're a real Niners fan, you're in the right place. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with the most interesting name here, Darrick Forrest. The 49ers signed safety Darrick Forrest to the practice squad, and this is not just a random depth move. Forrest was a fifth-round pick in the 2021 NFL Draft by Washington, and across his NFL career so far, he has played in 40 games with 17 starts. He's totaled 126 tackles, 9 passes defended, 4 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 fumble recovery. That's not nothing. That's real production. Now let's be honest, Forrest hasn't stuck with one team long-term. He spent time with Washington, the Buffalo Bills, the Indianapolis Colts, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. In 2025 alone, he bounced between the Colts and Steelers practice squads before being released in November. But here's where the 49ers context matters. The Niners love defensive backs who can play multiple roles, who can hit, who can create turnovers, and who can contribute on special teams. And Forrest checks those boxes. At 5'11" and 200 pounds, he's physical, aggressive, and he plays downhill. He's also still just 26 years old, which means there's development upside. And let's not forget his college background. At Cincinnati, Forrest was a stud. He played in 49 games with 36 starts, recorded 165 tackles, 6 interceptions, and 12 passes defended. He was a leader, a communicator, and a playmaker. Now imagine him in the Niners' defensive structure, learning behind veterans, being developed with patience. This is the exact type of defensive back the 49ers stash on the practice squad and eventually turn into something useful. Is he starting tomorrow? No. But could he become future depth at safety or a special teams contributor? Absolutely possible. Next up, tight end Hayden Ruchcci. Ruchcci isn't a flashy signing, and that's okay. He's 6'5", 247 pounds, and originally entered the league as an undrafted free agent with the Miami Dolphins in 2024. So far, his NFL career includes time with the Dolphins and the Detroit Lions, and he's appeared in 4 total NFL games. Not eye-popping numbers, but again, this is about fit and projection. Kyle Shanahan values tight ends who can block, who understand route concepts, who are coachable, and who fit specific packages. Ruchcci comes from Wisconsin, and if you know Wisconsin football, you already know what that means: blocking fundamentals, physicality, and discipline. In college at Wisconsin, he played in 36 games, caught 17 passes for 200 yards, and scored 1 touchdown. He's not a pass-catching monster, but that's not what the Niners are asking him to be. This feels like a developmental tight end, someone who helps in practice, learns the system, provides injury insurance, and if you've watched the Niners long enough, you know they always prepare for depth issues at tight end. Now let's talk about the move that might raise some eyebrows. The 49ers released wide receiver Javon Baker from the practice squad. Baker had signed with the team on December 9th, 2025, so this was a short stint. And honestly, this tells me 2 things. First, he didn't show enough in practice to justify the spot. And second, the 49ers wanted flexibility at wide receiver. This doesn't mean Baker is a bad player. It just means the fit wasn't there. The practice squad is competitive, especially in San Francisco. If you don't stand out quickly, you're replaceable. That's just the reality. Now this next move is sneaky interesting. The Niners signed wide receiver Dowell to a reserve future contract. Dowell was a 7th-round pick in 2023 by the Titans and has spent time with the Tennessee Titans and the Baltimore Ravens. His NFL stats aren't impressive on paper. He's played in 10 games with 1 reception for 3 yards. But now let's talk about college. At Tennessee Martin, Dowell had 177 receptions, 2,796 yards, and 19 touchdowns. That production doesn't happen by accident. At 6'3" and 212 pounds, Dowell brings size, and the Niners are clearly saying, "We see something here. Let's get him in the building early." Reserve future contracts are all about development and off-season competition. Dowell will get a full off-season, OTAs, training camp reps, and in this offense with this coaching staff, that matters. So when you look at the big picture, this is classic 49ers roster management. Stockpiling defensive depth, developing tight ends quietly, taking low-risk shots at receivers, and always thinking one step ahead. No panic, no desperation, just smart football decisions. And as a fan, this is exactly what you want to see. All right, faithful. That's going to do it for today's breakdown. If you enjoyed this kind of real analysis, real opinion, and real Niners passion, hit that like button and subscribe to 49ers Nation Report. We just launched this channel and our first milestone is 50 subscribers, and every single one of you helps make that happen. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think of Derek Forrest? Does Colton Dowell have a real shot? Did any move here surprise you? This is Victor, and this is 49ers Nation Report. Faithful forever. Bang bang Niner gang.